catch up, Chief.
Oh yeah, it's in the email. Capital S, the number 4. So capital S for 4. And 6. Capital S. Okay.
We're good? Okay. All right, we'd like to call our meeting to order for the Riverdale City Council. Today is Tuesday, July 7th, 2026. Please let the record show that all members of the City Council are present, with the exception of Councilor Hanson, who is excused, may be joining later. Is that what we think, Ms. Maragoni or Mr. Brooks, from her email, possibly by phone?
She said she's going to text me when she's done with her meeting.
Okay.
And if we're not done yet, then I'll call her.
Okay. Let's see. We have Councilor Stevens. Are you going to join us up here tonight, or?
Sure.
Okay. Eventually. All right. Very good. Okay. We will start with our Pledge of Allegiance then, with Chief Warren.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I've asked Councilor Arnold. Thank you, Chief. I've asked Councilor Arnold if he would offer our invocation tonight.
Our Father in heaven, as we gather tonight to this city council meeting for Riverdale City, we ask thy Spirit to be with us, to guide and direct us in all that we do. We're so grateful for the opportunity to serve. I'm grateful for our community and how it comes together and all the things we're able to do. We're thankful for our city employees, and we ask that you protect and bless them, that they might be swift of foot and be healthy and be able to return to their families whenever their duties are completed. We are thankful for the members of the council, the mayor, and the city employees that are here tonight, and we ask that you bless their families tonight as we're away from them, that they'll be safe, happy, and healthy in all that they do. We're grateful for this opportunity, and we ask to bless us, and we say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Councilor Arnold. All right. We now have a time for public comment. This is an opportunity to address the City Council regarding your concerns or ideas. No action will be taken during the public comment. If you do approach the microphone, please try to limit your comments to 3 minutes. State your name and city in which you reside. Okay, seeing no one, we'll move on to presentations and reports. For the mayor's report, I don't have a lot to report other than just a thanks to the city staff for the Old Glory Days celebration. It was a massive hit. I had nothing but compliments. It was a great Sunday to go to church, to be honest. And it was kind of fun to be out among people from the community on that day and see their response to it. They were very impressed. I think the response online was great. And just everybody I talked to was super happy with it. I don't know if anybody else has any comments or reports, but I thought it was great.
First thing, I'm sorry.
Councilor Richter.
Amen. No,
Amen.
this is
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Councilor Arnold.
First thing I heard was it's the greatest fireworks show they've ever seen.
Yeah.
They thought there were 3 finales.
Yeah, there were.
So they were.
There were.
They were like, yeah, that was great, and then it
Yeah.
started again. So they were.
Yeah.
I've talked to a few people as well, and they've visited different communities and their fireworks shows, and they have all agreed that Riverdale really outperforms all of the other ones.
Yeah. So just yeah, come on up, Chief.
Yeah, I have something to address Chief on while he's coming
Okay.
up. Having person in my family in law enforcement, I was kind of next to a radio and could hear the incident that happened on Airport Road. And my question, if you don't know, there was a vehicle that there was a lot of people up there, what used to be Convergys, who observed the fireworks up from that vantage point. In a vehicle, I guess there were 5 people, mostly children, that were injured. And anyway, so kind of was involved listening to that a little bit as they unwound that. And so my question to you is there was a lot that the Riverdale PD did to coordinate traffic flow in and out. Do you coordinate with the other agencies to include Ogden City and Roy?
No, when we have that, like we coordinate on that incident, sure. But as far as like for
I mean, not the response, but
Yeah.
as risk management.
no, we handle all the traffic. We've been able to
Because
get in
that
and
was
out of there.
actually in
In
Ogden City, yes.
It was reported a lot that it was in Riverdale, but it was in Ogden City. They were
It was on
observing
Airport
from-
Road, but
Yes.
just barely
Yes.
past the roundabout. And so which brings the question, are we involved when we have something like that is so, involves so many people, not just in Riverdale, but in surrounding, like in those fringe areas, like in Roy and whatnot, do we risk management? And you've answered that. But
Yeah, we communicate.
Maybe we should.
We help them on their stuff. They help us on ours, but just with their duty cars type situation. They don't bring in additional staff or anything like that for these types of events unless we request it.
oh, yeah, because you were involved on that also. And
Yeah, and just to throw a little info on that, interesting enough, when that came through, our ambulance was down on a medical. They were out of service, and our engine had been responding to a different call in another jurisdiction. And we had 2 guys that were off duty watching fireworks with their families and heard that call come in. And because it's a stone's throw away from the fire station, they kick out Ogden units, but it is in Ogden. So these guys jumped up from their families and jumped on the heavy rescue and went up there and helped. And then our ambulance cleared their call and then ran up there and also transported a patient. So, because we look at them as these are our citizens. They came to watch the show. That's the reason they were there. And doesn't matter the jurisdiction, like we're going to help out the residents. So whoever that might be.
yeah, and I appreciate that because I did hear it respond and I saw you guys leave and that was great. Thank you. I think there needs to be some coordination because there's a lot of people in Roy and in quote unquote in Ogden and Roy in a vantage point where they can see it and watch the show.
Sure.
But they are, like you said, the Riverdale because it's the Riverdale show.
Yeah, and our guys responded up there to help too. They were probably there, one of the first responders there, I'd imagine, as far as arrival times. But they've always set up there. That's always a vantage point. So Roy City is aware of it. It's a kind of a
I don't think Ogden is.
or Ogden City.
Yeah, because that was
Well,
basically in their area.
Historically, I mean, it's a common thing, but yeah, we can reach out in the future and let them know that. But that's always been a spot for people to sit to watch because they don't want to be in the park and it's a good vantage point. So, very unfortunate what happened. The comments I had for this meeting, does that answer all of them, Councilor Stevens? Okay. First and foremost, I just want to say, the fire department, Mayor, you guys, great job planning on the areas that needed to be restricted. I feel like it was a success. On the enforcement side, we only had about 12 incidents that we responded to, none of which could be confirmed with fireworks in the restricted areas. So hats off to our residents for obeying the law and following those restrictions to keep our community safe. I think because of their part and the information we got out, it was a success. Measures we took to provide to make sure it was safe. We had an officer that was assigned to those areas, those overtime shifts from the 2nd to the 5th, from 8 o'clock, or excuse me, I think 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So that way they were out there trying to drive the neighborhoods. If people were out barbecuing, getting ready to light stuff off, they could hit them, talk to them before and educate them before the fireworks went off. So I think it was a huge success. Hats off to our guys. Our biggest thing this year, obviously, we were worried about fireworks, but the biggest thing I worry about is what you spoke about, Councilor Stevens, which is violence and acts like occurred up on our border. And so our heads are always on a swivel. We bring out pretty much everybody in the department to ensure that we don't have any type of terrorist acts or anything like that at our parade, at our festivities. And so I want to thank our guys and also the fire department because they have everybody on hand that day. And you know their families sacrifice away from them so they can be here to keep it safe. And anyways, I just wanted to comment that I felt it was a big success. I did actually speak with Speaker of the House Mike Schultz afterwards. Thanked him for coming up. He's a friend of mine, and he was very impressed with the morning ceremony. He was proud to be here to give that speech the morning of. So, anyways, that's all I have. Unless you have any questions for me, I just wanted to thank you guys. I think it went really well. Thanks, Chief Hennessy. He was all over it, working real well with our guys, and it was a big success. Now we got a little more time to go because we're at the 24th, but we'll get through it.
Yeah.
But it was the concern is the pedestrians who are filtering in and out, crossing the street, and the cars, and not having maybe street lights in certain areas. And that's very concerning. And that's, well, I guess there was a DUI involved in that car that hit. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I don't know if you saw it, but that's always very concerning with the pedestrians in the dark.
Yeah, we get a lot of people who used to park up on Cozydale Drive as well. And a lot of times we would put an officer, if there was a lot of cars parked up there. There's not as many right now because of the construction, but a lot of times we get people that park on Cozydale Drive and they would walk down. And before the sidewalk existed, now there's nothing there because it's a construction zone, it was really a nightmare. So we'd have to shut down traffic and let them get to and from up to their cars when they park in that overflow. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll let Ogden City know. They should know because that's what's been going on for years. But it would be nice to say, hey, if you have a car that can come up here, a lot of times it ends up just being us kind of doing patrol outside of our boundaries as it is with a lot of situations. But we'll be aware of it in the future and try to mitigate what we can. So, thanks.
Councilor Arnold, did you have something too?
Yeah, just on a lighter note, with the parade and all the festivities, I think Bailey should get some sort of recognition, or whoever. Bailey contacted me, so I'm assuming it was Bailey, but the main people who put the parade together, I think it was probably the biggest parade I've seen with participants and things. We actually went around, so was giving out water, went all the way around to the park and joined the back of the parade and gave water out, the last of the water out as the last participant of the parade. It was that long. So it was before people are just gone, but people were still sitting there. So it was by far the biggest parade I've ever seen. So longest.
Yeah.
It was fun. A lot of participants.
It was good. Everything was super well planned. Just couldn't be happier. Have no complaints. All right. That's all I have for the mayor's report. Anything on the city council assignment reports? Nope. All right. Number 3, development review committee report. Councilor Richter.
Yeah, so we've had two DRC meetings since the last time we met. So just a brief overview of those two projects, and you'll see those some summaries in your packets. But first one was the new city HVAC and a commercial mixed commercial and residential proposal where they're looking to expand the HVAC facility there and have done a good job in kind of laying that out. They're also going to have 2 residential units, and you can see that on the map if you look in that packet, but 2 residential units that they're looking to be homes that are, forget their term now, they're going to work with Weber State University, and they're going to be, help me with net zero, thank you. Net zero homes. So we're looking forward to that. It seems to be a nice proposal, at least from the committee side, and what they were looking at looked like they addressed all the issues, a lot of elevation changes in there, and so they've done some good things on the retaining there to take care of that. It will come, I suspect, if it's proposed, it will come back here because there'll be some zoning issues that will have to be addressed from the agriculture to commercial and residential. But other than that, pretty straightforward development. So that may come before us. Questions on that one? Did I miss anything, Mr. Cooper? Okay, perfect. The other one that came before us was a development for a credit union branch in the America First facility. So this will be kind of just east of the Maverick Center up on Riverdale Road. It's going to look, and again, there's some renderings in your packet to kind of show what it looks like. There may be some improvements there on the back side or the north side of that, as that's going to face their main campus. And so they might look at kind of improving that element as well, but it's a kind of their traditional branch facility. I think the only questions or really discussion points related to access, because the primary access to this branch will be along the back side of the Maverick, the existing Maverick right there. So some of that, but there is proper easements through there, and seem to be great. They'll do some virtual tellers. So instead of the pneumatic tubes, they're going to have the virtual video screens and things like that they deal with there. But that's the proposal from that, and looking shortly there. So with that, those are the only two. I did also put in there, I apologize, there is a new rendering that came from the Dave's Hot Chicken. So we had that graphic that came on that incorporated some Riverdale elements in there. It's just as bold as it was the last time we looked at it. So I recognize that there are people that love that and people that don't love it quite as much. But anyway, I wanted to make sure that was presented so you could see at least what the proposal was for there. So that's all I have, Mayor, unless there's any questions.
All right. Very good. Thank you for the report. No consent items tonight, so we'll move on to action items. Oh, Councilor Arnold.
Just one question. On the public notice website, that's how I usually go in. Nothing was posted this time?
Yeah,
And-
so Counselor Stevens just mentioned that right as the meeting was starting. I don't know. It's on there now. It was posted on our website and in the
It's on there now?
lobby.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It wasn't when we started the meeting. I was just concerned, don't we have to have proper notice on that website?
Yeah,
For a certain
well,
time before
we
we can have
do.
the meeting?
Can we have this meeting?
Well,
No.
it's when you go there, it looks like it's there. Then when you click on it, nothing comes up. Now we got it in our. She emailed it out, so I still studied it, but it's just like, does the public have it?
Right.
Right, well, and it wasn't there when we started the meeting, when she just said, I just refreshed and it came up and was able to get into it. But I think it has to be on there for 24 hours or minimum, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got to have it on 24 hours. It was posted as of Friday, wasn't it?
No,
It wasn't on there. I posted it.
it wasn't.
Was or was not?
Was not.
It
When I
wasn't-
just
It
looked
wasn't on
now,
there till
it wasn't.
like a couple minutes ago.
Again, I looked on Sunday and it showed there, but when I clicked, nothing comes up. It says agenda and packet.
And I just brought it up, as the meeting was starting, there wasn't anything like that. It had June, but nothing for July, as the meeting was going, as we were doing our conversation here, and I just barely hit refresh for it to come up.
We don't put it on the website anymore, do we?
I do. It's on the code. There's a link to the code website, and it's in there.
Statements, the one that's probably more important, just because that's what we're mandated to do now instead of.
So, and how I usually go through is bring up the city website, go to the meetings agenda, and that's usually our notice that we have in our code, right? We just changed that, so.
We
I
have
don't know.
We have some kind of big stuff on here. I wouldn't want to approve anything without it being properly noticed. I definitely would not want to do that.
I received your email of notice and the agenda.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure the public had
I
it.
don't know if yeah,
Jeff found it on the public notice.
Through
website
this.
morning. This morning you did? He was looking, he asked me. I looked, I didn't find it, but then he found it.
And he got into it?
On the
Who did?
on the public notice site.
He said it was in a different area. He said under agendas or something instead of notices.
Well, that's on the code website. There's agendas is a category.
Yeah, that's where I
Get it
went.
through the support services, the government support.
And it came through. When
Was it just now, or
I get it through the support help desk, utah.gov.
When did you get it?
I got it, let me look. No. This one came July, yeah, today, is 6:08. This other one came July 2nd.
that was Thursday,
Yeah.
the day that I posted it?
So this has,
Are you subscribed?
I am. I'm subscribed to all my cities.
I have no idea what happened.
That was the day you posted, was the second.
Because the 3rd was our holiday.
This came July 2nd at 3:03 PM on Thursday.
That's about when you would have posted.
And it has the agenda.
But you didn't try to click into it, right? You just got the email.
No, I did not. Yeah, I just got the email. But
Okay.
it does have the, yeah, it has the
Can I
agenda.
say-
Counselor
Okay,
Stevens.
I received it in email. Did everybody else, assuming everybody else
Well,
and opened it in email?
I post it on the public notice website. I hang it up here and I put it on our code website. And then separately, I email all of you guys so that you don't have to go find it those other ways. But the subscription thing, when I post it, it sends it to people who are subscribed.
Because I think our code that we just passed a month ago, 2 months ago, was that it has to be on this website electronically for X amount of time. And it wasn't there.
That's not our code, that's state code. There's a clause in there about if the public notice website has technical issues, but if it's, I can pull it up. But I don't know how that happened. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we don't know how it happened, but we have 2 people that tried to get into it from here that weren't before the meeting, right?
Right.
Counselor Stevens,
And when
you
I
weren't
looked,
able
it
to
wasn't
access it.
there.
No, I mean, I looked at it several times today.
The state website.
State.
Trying
Well,
to get in.
like what he was,
Yeah.
I go to the meetings and then,
And there was a link, but it wouldn't let you in. Or there was no
well,
link.
there was both. It was, the last link was the 6th, or 6/6, I think, and then
So
it showed up as,
6/16, there was, for June, there was several.
I saw
That's-
the same
That's what it looked like,
this afternoon,
beginning of
about
the
3 or
weekend
4.
and earlier today. And then this popped up after we started.
yeah, and I thought there was something there that said 7, whatever. And I opened, and I tried clicking and it wasn't doing anything. But I mean, for me, I think, I got it. I
Well,
still
yeah.
reviewed it.
Yeah, we have it. Mr. Attorney?
Well, if the public didn't get noticed, that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
If they didn't get noticed, we can't have a meeting, so.
I'm not comfortable making the decisions tonight that need to be made, especially a really big one. If the public could come back and say it wasn't there. Sorry.
And I'm sorry, I don't know.
And you know what, we probably, because we had another week where it didn't end up on there. We might need to have like a double check system or something, like she posts it and someone goes and checks it. Like it's not out of the realm of reality to say, okay, she posted it, can somebody outside of her department check it? You
And I try to
And
get
usually you guys do, and if it's not there, you'd let me know before the meeting's starting.
And I don't go there. Like, I don't get my stuff through there really.
and I debated on whether or not to text you or not. Say I just can't see it.
Always tell me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've gotten texts from residents before that were like, "Hey, it's not on the website."
Yeah, where's Stacy when you need him?
I know. I want to call him and ask him.
You know, when it's a small packet like this, I can just do it on my phone, but otherwise, especially if there's drawings and stuff, Mylars or whatever, I like to be able to put on my big screen and study it, but, so.
Yeah, and I will go there if she sends the link. I mean, I know how to use it. Like, I've used it a lot with Summit County. I'm on their alert list, but
Summit?
yeah, it's just something different. But I know how it works, and I get the notifications, and I know how to use it, but I just don't use it for my packets. I usually get them from an email. I prefer to get them in an email, but
I'm just looking at both sides of it. I don't know.
I was looking to try and see if there was a post date.
There is, but I just pushed it through when I was looking at it.
Okay.
And so it
So
says
what
it
I'm looking
today.
at is correct. It's
Yeah.
7/7.
Yeah.
So the documented time is 7/7 after 6 o'clock of when it went through on the website.
And I have two notices. I have the one on the 2nd. I can see the notice that came from the state on the 2nd. I didn't go
you
into
get the
it.
email.
I got the email. So I got that. So clearly, something was trying to be posted because we got
Right.
the automated email that came back and said, yeah, there was something out there. I didn't go to it because,
Right.
again, I get it through the packet as well.
Is that on Codifiers? Is that what we're talking about?
you can subscribe
You
to the
subscribe
state
to it,
website
and
and
then it
anything on
sends
your
you an email as soon as something is posted.
for like
on the site.
Riverdale City, anything that gets posted for Riverdale
Yeah,
City,
so I
or you
can
can
see
choose
both
just
of
City Council or whatever you want. It's kind of cool. Yeah, they send you an email, say, hey, there's a new.
Well, you can
posted.
pick whichever body you want.
Yeah, yeah.
I would still err on the side of caution.
Yeah, I think we have to.
We could either do a special meeting, or if you wanna wait till the next one. The next one we had thrown around about maybe postponing that, one, but closer to the 24th rather than this one, where we had some days in there, but it doesn't matter.
Next was the 21st, probably. Must be.
If we post it, can we change it and do it tomorrow night? Something like that?
You have something to say.
Anybody
I don't think
free?
we can. We'd have to do it late tomorrow night.
You could do it at 7. I
We
was
could
gonna
do
be
it at
out of
7
town.
tomorrow
but
night. That gives you 24 hours.
I do have a conflict.
Chief, you got a conflict? Okay.
I do too.
Okay, that's fine. I don't. And I think
I do too, but
That's
I
a
was
lot
gonna
to
get
expect.
him in, so.
I can't do Thursday.
Or
Didn't-
yours.
Didn't we just renew? Steve was just here, like,
Well,
it was a year? Huh?
Or you go into next week.
can I ask a question on
Yeah.
this? Is it still Robinson or is it Republic? Or are you here representing,
I'm representing both. Robinson Waste the name is owned by Republic now.
okay, so you're a representative of,
I do work for Republic now.
okay, all right, thank you. But, is our contract going to be with Robinson or Republic?
The name will be under Robinson Waste,
Okay.
Interesting.
but it will be with Republic,
So it's a DBA, so Republic DBA Robinson,
basically.
doing business as Robinson
Yes.
Refuse. Okay.
Okay. Well, do we want to try and push it to the 21st, or do we want to try and find something before that? I mean, I hate to take up one of your Friday nights, but Friday works for me. We got planning commission next Tuesday.
I'll be out of town until Monday.
You're out of town leaving tomorrow until Monday. Okay.
So Friday's like I could postpone it a little bit, but I can't.
Yeah, and
Middle
then
of it.
Friday's right in the middle.
Can we meet before the planning commission, since everybody will be here?
Can't we do a poll call vote tomorrow on that one?
A
a poll. You call us and say, we need an answer, and we've done it before where they'll call and say, hey, you know what's in the packet with Robinson, yes or no? And it's, I mean, we've done it before. I don't know if it was a consensus thing or an actual vote.
I don't think that would be any different than doing it right now.
That wouldn't be any different?
Well, not
Well,
if we,
if that's not a meeting and if this is not a meeting,
we
then
would
that's
just
the
have
same
to
thing.
post it.
Well, even if we post it, we still gotta give the people the right.
Chance to comment, yeah.
Okay.
But do you have to post an announcement for the meeting?
Yeah, 24 hours before.
Well, the agenda and the meeting, so it'd have to be revised to show the 8th if
Yeah.
we're doing
Same
it that
agenda,
way.
just have different date on it.
Right.
Do you see a
Do an
problem?
electronic meeting.
But we did it in COVID. We could do one on, did we use Teams? What was our,
Electronic meeting.
yeah,
We would use WebEx, I think.
WebEx, that's right.
Well, it would be,
Have this open and available at your home site for the public.
oh yeah, so I would still have to be here.
If she can do the 21st, I think, sorry about that, but I think that's the cleanest way to just put it on the 21st.
How?
And
Not to minimize your time being here, but how important is it for her to be here? We love Robinson. I don't think there's, matter of fact, I thought I just saw Steve yesterday, so.
You're fine.
So they come by choice, like her dad has always came, you know, like we didn't ask him to, like he says he wants to be here, so
I'm just here to represent. If you have any questions, I can answer any questions that you may have.
I don't see any operations wise, we can't just go to the 21st. Like if she's good with it, she's representing them, I think we're fine to go to the 21st. We've had that happen in the past and just carried on, so.
The only thing, and Sean's aware of this, your Weaver County Transfer Station, you don't have an account with them right now.
Right, we need to
And
discuss
so
that.
they refused your trucks, well, our trucks.
Yeah.
Because you don't have an account with them. So we took your, last week, we took your load
To Ogden.
over to Ogden Transfer Station. Obviously, that was going to be the plan moving forward if you guys
Yeah.
wanted to sign that agreement. And so,
We need to talk about our residents too.
yeah, so if we wanted to continue doing that, unless you were planning to do something different, we would have to open up an account at Weaver County. So,
Yeah.
So they didn't give us any notice they was gonna turn us away. We loaded trucks and went there and they stopped the trucks at the gate and turned them around.
and there were several cities that had to do that, so if they didn't have an account, they sent them over to Ogden Transfer, which, thank you, we'll take your business, right?
Yeah.
Is Waste Management on them now?
Yep. They're
They
running
don't
it.
own it, they're leasing the facility.
Oh, so Waste Management was actually the one that stopped it, turned them, okay,
Correct.
nice.
Uh-huh.
Good clarification.
Yeah.
So would there be, I mean, you could do it tomorrow if there's a quorum. Or
I'm good.
We do it late tomorrow?
Monday
For the garbage, or for the whole thing.
for a real meeting.
I think the 21st. Yeah, let's just do the 21st. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like anything weird happened, and
Okay.
hopefully Counselor Hanson could be here. And yeah. Yeah. Our apologies.
And it might have been that I didn't post it. I have no idea. I'm so
And
confused.
I think we just make a procedure, you know, where it's like there's some sort of double check in there. It's
You know what those trucks felt like? They're turning around and saying, nope, no.
That's okay. Well, let's see. Let's move on to the comments section. Then we do have upcoming events. July 24th, Pioneer Day. The city offices are closed. Is the community center closed? I think that the way the announcement in the newsletter read, it kind of said all city buildings, but that surprised me a little bit.
I don't think we should even adjourn, should we? If it's an illegal meeting, I mean,
Don't even have an adjournment.
right, I mean.
No comments. No nothing.
It's a no,
It's over.
As long as we're not taking action on anything.
oh, right.
The work session. Anyway, we should probably get that clarified if the community center is going to be open or We also got an email late from Mr. Cooper about the Pollo Loco 8-year anniversary. And I'm going to be out of town for that. So I think Mayor Pro Tem Arnold is going to take that for me. So,
It's a chamber event.
oh,
So
8 years.
You know
That's
how that goes.
a kind of weird anniversary, but that's good for them. I'm glad they're celebrating them. So,
Free taco,
yeah.
allegedly. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were, the chamber was honestly wonderful, up at the Young transfer. They were completely wonderful, so it was kind of the first time that I felt like they were we,
Yeah, they've been better.
so.
Okay. We move on to comments. Any comments from the city council?
Speaking of Young, they sure treated us well when we went there to pick up vehicles, so I'm grateful to them.
Good to
I
hear.
Appreciate their work.
Good to hear.
Just an item of note that I saw on KSL about West Haven. Did any of you see their new tax? That they don't have property tax.
Right.
They're one of the few cities, I think there's 5 cities in the state of Utah that don't have property tax. But to work around that, they are doing an energy tax at 6%.
Oh.
Which will be basically $11 a month per household. And I just, when I saw that, I thought it was curious to see, okay, so how does Riverdale compare property tax expense? You know, what our citizens are paying, what West Haven's paying. Before this new energy tax, they're virtually the same. I compared mine and found a property that was similar. And aside from the Roy Water secondary water direct fee, the taxes were basically the same. But they don't have a city property tax, but they'll have this new one, but they also had the Weaver Fire District. So ultimately, their property taxes will increase by about $132 over a normal property. So it was just interesting to see that concept as to how they're trying to address. They indicated that they had like a $900,000, or no, it's either a $300,000 or a $900,000 shortfall for police service, you know, through the county. And this was one of the means that they were looking to address that. And I just found it curious as to how that was coming to be. They were looking at a 6% increase. So we're really, Riverdale is really holding the line, I feel, fair as far as what property tax values are and what our citizens pay for the benefits that they receive.
Very good. Any comments from the city staff?
Just briefly, I'd ask both chiefs to give you an update and a report on the fire measures that we had taken prior to all this. And I think Chief Hennessy wanted to address a couple more things on that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. As you probably know, the 4th of July was a bit of a hot topic when after the governor's statements he came out with. I just appreciate the trust that the mayor and the staff had in the fire department to be able to, you know, coordinate and assist in making the calls. I just pulled, working with the mayor, I pulled some stats, you know, before we came to decisions, and I thought I'd just share them with you so you can see where we're at with Riverdale City. The last 5 years we've had, through the block of July 4th to July 6th, those 4 days, going back to 2020, we had 7 fires, 2 grass fires, 1 garbage can fire, 1 oven fire, 2 campfires. And really we could only and we had 2 other fires that were caused by fireworks. I think one of them was up on that Parker Drive, up on the hillside there, that's always kind of known to burn. So that's the July 4th. So really, I mean, when we look at it, when we pin it down, we've had 2 that we can say caused fireworks for the July 4th over the last 5 years. Now, I also pulled out the July 24th block. And what we've got for there, we've got 6 fires that we've had over the last 5 years, 2 structure fires, 1 grass fire, 2 illegal burns, and one firework caused grass fire. So one over the last, going into the 24th, which is a 4-day block as well. So going into the 24th, I mean, conditions are always changing. We're always monitoring them. As you know, this week's getting pretty hot, and we're keeping a nice pulse on what's going on with the weather and the temperature and you know, our conditions with the cotton, which was relatively low this year compared to last. And you know, in the past we've had some high cotton seasons. This year it wasn't. So felt pretty comfortable with the capabilities of the fire department, and so far we felt we've met that. We were busy on the 4th of July along with the law enforcement, you know, with emergencies and but they weren't firework related. So feel good about that. I just want to echo what Chief Warren said. It was a great coordination. I watched law enforcement really put forth some good work. We had some, you know, issues in the park, and they jumped on it, resolved. Just good coordination between the fire, law enforcement, the public works, and the parks and rec. You know, shout out to Sean's guys. They were out there the week before just manicuring that park, and it looked fantastic. So anyway, that's where we stand on that. So if there's any questions on how we got to that, I'm glad we didn't take as much heat as other cities, but I think we made the right choice for our residents, and they were responsible. So I know we have some, you know, some issues sometimes in the restricted zone, but usually those are campfires that we go down. People just wanting to have a barbecue on the 4th, and they're in the restricted zone. So kudos to the residents for keeping their community safe as well.
Councilor Stevens.
Chief, I think it started a couple of years ago. Excuse me. The Riverdale Elementary, for whatever, was blocking access to the playground behind the school, which is the park, the playground area and whatnot. Now, as prior to the, and I saw the caution or the tapes up, you know, did you have any problems? Because I saw your engines back there hosing down the trees prior to the fireworks, but
Yep.
Was there any problems with Weber School District and accesses like happened in the past?
No, there was no issue with their access. Usually what we have over there is we use that alley that's just west of the school. And we dedicate an engine company and an ambulance, or an engine company and a brush truck just to that event and anything in Riverdale, because our first out engine is a part of what we call the stacks in the county. So if we have a structure fire in, say, Roy or in Riverdale, they're going first, and we still have a second man apparatus and brush truck just designated to that. We do have concerns with the fireworks over there with the school and the apartment complex, so that's why we stick a unit over there. But in the past, we had this last year where we had a resident late to the fireworks, and they just parked right in that alley and blocked it off. So if we had something in Riverdale, we couldn't get out. So, but that was coordinated. We had an IEP, emergency action plan briefing at the fire station with the law enforcement. We identified those, and they had their sergeants over there keeping an eye on them and making sure all access was taken care of. So.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Chief. Any other comments from the city staff?
No, maybe just quickly, just kudos to Michelle on the flag thing over there. That I think Mike mentioned that turned out really, really nice. It was very impressive. We did have a little bit of a hiccup on it, but we'll get it recovered, and by the time it's all said and done, it'll look nicer than it does right now. But
We
yeah.
should tell them, actually, so in case they get feedback about it.
They messed up on the cement. That's why those of you who were there, that was all covered with flowers and blankets and different things. That cement turned out terrible. Sean cursed us on that and predicted it, and it happened. Cement guys are just cement guys, I guess, but they're coming back to fix it, and it will be done. But it did turn out. I mean, nobody would have known, but behind the scenes, and Michelle was fully responsible for that whole thing, and even on the program that day. So it turned out nice. So kudos to her and to both our police and fire. They all and Sean's guys. I mean, this is amazing. We met a couple weeks before that, and even Sean's guys are coordinating when they're watering, when they're mowing, all that kind of stuff. It's amazing operation when you see this thing from start to finish. So good work to everybody. That's all.
I want to thank Michelle too. She had to rent a podium and a stage and everything for that event, and we moved it down there, the chairs, the band, and everything. And you weren't there, were you? Yeah,
That was so last minute.
it turned out amazing. Everything was just polished and perfect. And so, thank you for getting that all together. Nobody knew that days before you were frantically trying to find all the equipment, and I think maybe, I guess the second or third, I don't know, they were unloading it in Rich's building.
Yeah, we've been on the third.
Maybe the third in the afternoon, they were unloading it onto the community center, and then I don't know who set it up early in the morning, but that's what I tell everybody is just, you have no idea what goes into this celebration. That stuff was stored inside until 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. whenever somebody from the city went and started putting it together. So just a massive thanks to everybody that took care of all that stuff. One other thing, real quick. So the county approved something called the fifth. It's an additional sales tax, 0.2% across the entire county, which, I mean, nobody likes more tax on their goods, but it will raise the sales tax across the county. It'll raise about $13 million, I think, and cities will get about $3 million of those dollars, and so they'll pass it out by population. So in the end, it'll be a good thing budgetarily for Riverdale to get some of that sales tax back. It's kind of got some strings tied to it with public safety and transportation a little bit and stuff, but it'll be good money coming in. I don't know what we'll get. We'll have to have Mr. Carden look into it. But when we go to the league and ask them to help us, they keep telling us, tell your county to pass the fifth, and now they've done it. So anyway, we'll see. It should help us as a city. I don't know about how it will help us as residents, but Councilor Arnold.
I think we ought to. Mike Schultz was really receptive to the understanding of what Riverdale is at night versus what Riverdale is during the day. And if he was faking it, he's doing a really good job, because everybody talks about population, and when we were talking about the daytime population versus the nighttime population, and he seemed like he was listening and going, oh, that makes perfect sense, because part of that population is his family.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the daytime population. So if there's a way we can sell that somehow when they're distributing funds or something.
And we have some budgetary reports that I was thinking maybe we could share with him. Now, that was a great, standing in line with him was great. We had him in captive audience, at the Lions Club dinner or breakfast. And I was thinking, as our guys went up and rescued those folks up on Airport Road, that's exactly what we're talking about. I'm not sure those were Riverdale residents. Probably not, but they were at that point, and that's when our public safety, our giant public safety that we pay for and have and train and everything, that's when they jump into action to protect all those 70,000 people that come to Riverdale at different times through the day for holidays or whatever. So it's a perfect illustration of just how we protect the people that are here. And it could be a Saturday at Walmart, and Home Depot. So yeah, great point. And I think we all gave him an earful, but he did seem very receptive. He was very nice. He said, no, I want to know more about this. And so tell me more about it. He said, reach out. So that was great. Whoever lined him up as a speaker too. I think he felt honored that he got to come to Riverdale and speak.
And he could publish that speech. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, he did a really good job. And that's all I have. So if there's nothing else, we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion, we have a second?
Second.
All in favor say yes.
Yes.
We are adjourned.
You guys are the heroes. Good job.
Yeah, it's weird.